one of the challenges that children face nowadays is that they learn manners, but they don't see people practice it. So yes, she may be an adult, but every adult will also get to learn, depending on, as I said, we have different training areas. So if you're looking at the refined adult class or the refined adult package, every adult will definitely learn the magic words also.
Now that season is long gone, and I'm filled with so much peace.
I agree with you 100% when you say people figure out that it's home sent, so why should I pay for it? How did you surmount that? You know, what did you do? What strategies did you put in place? What did you say? How did you say it for them to say, I'll join? I mean, apart from, you know, somebody coming in and, you know, through word of mouth, they go around saying, oh, you know, I went to this, it was great. What did you put in place? What strategies did you put in place to get people to come in? Okay,
so what started helping a lot was post on Facebook and Instagram. I was just doing more of education.
Right.
More of education, importance of etiquette, importance of having good manners.
Okay.
And then I'll post, and my friends will come and comment. And sometimes I will send some to friends on WhatsApp, and they will use it as their status because they found it to be interesting.
Right.
And their friends will be contact. What is this thing that is happening? And she said, oh, this friend of ours, she does herself a professor. And he said she has started this etiquette school thing.
Right.
And he said, really, hey, I think my daughter will benefit. Hey, the way my boy has been talking, when adults are talking, he will just jump in to talk. I think then so that is how it started. So the posting helped a lot.
Okay.
The posting helped. It was just purely education.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. So basically what you're saying is you decided to start putting out information about what it is that you knew, and you know, you use the platforms of Facebook and Instagram.
Yes, and then
okay,
and LinkedIn as well.
Oh, LinkedIn and WhatsApp as well.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And so tell us about when you started. How many people did you get, and how many people do you have now?
When it started, I remember, you know, sometimes you'll be sitting down there, you'll be watching your post, and like few people will come and like your post.
Right.
If you are fortunate, maybe 20 or 15 will come and like
That's
it.
been a lot.
Sometimes just fly, but you know that these people who are just like now, people who are already your friends and family.
Right.
Yes. So, but then when I realized that some people were saying, oh, these posts are really interesting, I decided to do a bit of boosting so that I can reach a wider audience.
People, right.
And you know, Facebook and Instagram always suggest you that boost to reach a wider audience. So I decided to do it once in a while. And I realized anytime I did boosting, new people came in and they'll be asking you questions. Oh, madam, I have a lot of people coming to the DM asking lots and lots of questions.
Interesting.
And so that has been it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I personally got to know you through, you know, a school. I got information about you sharing your posters, you know, on the school's platform. And the moment I saw it, it just jumped at me. I was like, what is this? You know, so it means also that aside using, you know, the social platforms of Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and WhatsApp, you are actively putting flyers out to schools as well.
Yes.
Okay, so aside schools, do you do neighborhoods as well? Is this something you go around, maybe share, or I really want to get a full picture of your strategy to get people in.
Okay.
Right.
So let me tell you something quickly about the one that you saw on the school's platform.
Okay.
Actually, the school is the school that my children attend.
Indeed.
And I'm proud to say that they attend Unique Child International School.
Right.
Proud.
Right.
I'm a proud parent.
Interesting.
So and I know Madame, I know the kind of person she is.
Right.
And when I was going to have my first in-person class, I didn't know whether many people were going to turn up or not. I decided not to raise my expectations so high because it was going to be the first in-person class. And I had printed some flyers. And so I went to Madame, and I told her, Madame, I've started something new, and I just want to leave a few here so that if parents come around, they can take copies for themselves and then they will see. I'm like, but that is great. Don't you have a bigger one, a sticker for me to put on the school's notice board? And I said, unfortunately, I don't have. And he said, do you have the soft copy of this flyer? I said, yes. He said, send it to me, put it on the various WhatsApp platforms.
Right.
And that I was so happy. Just that day, it was put on the school's WhatsApp platforms, and some parents contacted me. And in trying to get to know many people, to get many people to get to know of the upcoming class, we went to the malls.
Oh, right.
Yes, we went to the malls, we entered some of the shops, and then we asked them, oh, we have some flyers here. Is it okay for us to leave copy? People like, oh, why not? Amazingly, they were so supportive. Yeah, feel free, leave some, they do some at the counter, so that when the customers are paying, they'll get to see it. Yes. And then there's this other school, the owner is also a friend to our family. We called somewhere around Ashalibuchi. I think it was a holiday or something. The school was about to go on a holiday. Okay. So we called and said, no, feel free, come and leave some copies. Your parents will see it and then pick it up. So that's what we have done to let people get to know. And then many people supporting us with their WhatsApp, how do we call it? Their DPs.
Right, okay.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. It has been amazing. I've always said that I've been blessed with fantastic friends and family. For their WhatsApp support is very impressive.
Interesting, interesting. I like how you are, leveraging on, especially the social platforms, doing the, face-to-face, going to the schools, putting your stuff on their platforms, going to the mall. I didn't see the mall one coming, to be honest.
Yes,
but that's a really interesting strategy. So quick one, when you started, how many people did you get?
Let me see. There were not so many, so I cannot quote specific figures. But I remember. Let me tell you this. I remember on Facebook, I'll be like, "Hey, what is happening on Facebook?" It was just the same friends and family that I have. You go and then few follow, like 200, 120, 200 thereabout. And Instagram maybe 50 or 100 thereabout. Okay. But now the numbers are really shooting up. We have over 1.3K on the followers on the Facebook, and then 1.2 people liking our Facebook page. And then we are a little over 2,000. Right. Yes, on Instagram.
Interesting. Yes. Really interesting. So you do both online and in person?
Yes.
Okay. And then you do both, so children from 6 to
12 years.
6 to 12, okay. Yes. And then do you do older?
Yes, we do. In fact, even though we say children 6 to 12, I've had many of them who are younger than 6. Some 4, many of them 5. Madam, my child may be young, but he's petre, so please. So I've had many of them. For the online classes, for the children, we start 6 to 12. Of course, we do have some younger ones joining. Okay. But for the in-person, we do start from 9 years.
Okay.
But many parents disagree with us, so they insist that their 8-year-olds join. And the interesting thing is that the 8-year-olds that we have had in our classes, they have been very amazing. Yes. And so up to that, so we have the preteens, we have the teenagers, we have adults, we have corporate institutions also. Yes. We are also looking at celebrities. So when they see us, because they really need a lot of our help. So when they see us, we are also there for them.
Indeed. Interesting. Really, really interesting stuff I'm hearing. And I think for something that you started just about 7 months ago, you are doing amazing. You're doing really, really amazing. Tell us what you teach. I specifically want to start with the children. So let's say about 6 to about 12. What specifically do you teach them under etiquette? Okay,
so I teach them the basic of it, all that they should know, the magic words.
Right.
So you should know all the magic words. We do a lot of practice, all the magic words and when to say them. Yes. We also teach them you cannot be polite outside while you are not polite at home.
Indeed.
So how they should start from home. So right from with their mother, with their father, opening and closing of doors, knocking. In fact, knocking. Sometimes parents like, oh, but thank you for that. So knocking on doors before, knocking and waiting to hear a response before entering, saying good morning, good evening, good night to mommy or daddy, your sibling. Yes, we teach them that. So for that, we teach them. Many parents feel okay giving their children chewing gum. So right from the beginning, we teach them, if your parents should give you the go ahead to chew a gum, how should you go about it? Where can you not chew a gum? Even if you choose to chew, what should you do, what you should not do?
Right.
So very basic, the children get to understand. When you are in the company of someone and there's a bodily function, by bodily function, I'm talking about some kind of noise that comes out of our body. So sneezing, coughing, someone chooses to fart, all those things, how you conduct yourself. So they get to understand the basic one also. And then also, very importantly, table manners.
Right.
What they should do, what they should never do at the dining table. They learn that one also. So they learn that. And then also for the girls, as young as they are, they get to understand how they should sit.
Right.
Very, very important. How they should also walk. It's important. That is something very important to me.
Right.
And I make sure that all the girls get it.
Right.
Yes, how they should even pick something up from the floor. Many are privileged to have parents who have cars.
Right.
So how they should even get into the car and get out of the car. So all these things are basic for the children. They all need to learn.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. I'm just thinking about it now, and I'm realizing how there are those things that a lot of us overlook, but are very important. You know. So for the adults, what do you take them through? Adults who are interested in etiquette, what do you take them through? Good.
One of my favorite quotes is that one of the challenges that children face nowadays is that they learn manners, but they don't see people practice it. So yes, you may be an adult, but every adult will also get to learn, depending on, as I said, we have different training areas. So if you're looking at the refined adult class or the refined adult package, every adult will definitely learn the magic words also. Children learn a lot from their parents.
Right.
So you should know for your child to learn from you. So every adult will get to learn the magic words. And then as adults, you meet people. So how to leave very good first impressions.
Indeed.
Very, very important. Right. I teach them. And then also etiquette, how you behave yourself on the internet. Everybody is using the internet nowadays. So as an adult, how do you use this in a responsible way?
Right.
Every adult gets to learn that one also. Every adult gets to understand they need to write, the children learn this one also, but they need to write a simple thank you note. You can never be part of the refinement class and then you will not know how to write a simple thank you note. It's something that people are taking for granted, but it makes a lot of difference when you write it. And it's very easy to write. All that you need is just a bit of coaching and then write a very beautiful one. So every adult gets to learn that. And then the adult also gets to learn table manners. It's basic for the adult. You get to learn the table manners. And then like the children, the adults, the females will get to learn how to sit properly, how to walk properly, how to, everything for the ladies. And the gentleman aspect. The gentlemen, I teach this one to the children also, what they should do to behave really good when they are with ladies especially. There's something we call chivalry. Chivalry has to do with the right way that a gentleman should behave in the presence of a lady. Making the lady feel that there's someone in there to protect her. So what the man should do, you opening and then holding the door for the lady to pass, pulling her seat for her, and holding the umbrella for her, and why it's necessary. And then, of course, it is also said that a man can never be called a gentleman when he doesn't know how to wear his suit. Many people really need help in that area. And so we touch a bit on it also for the gentlemen who join, so that they can at least know how to go about it when they wear their suit.
Indeed. You're just hitting the nail right on the head on a lot of key things. For me personally, I remember growing up, my mom she was really strict about us dressing properly. You know, it was more, you cannot dress anyway and go out. You know, if something happens to you, people are going to judge you by the way you are dressed.
Exactly, people judge you by your appearance.
Indeed. And I mean, you're giving out. You're really touching on stuff that I think, you know, people are not paying attention to now. Which is sad because, like my mom always says, she says, no matter what happens, you are going to live with people. So you should know how to behave, you know, when people are around. You know, when you're by yourself, yeah, you get to do whatever it is that you want. But when you are with people, you need to know how to carry yourself to, like you said, you know, create a good impression. You know, it's brilliant. It's really, really brilliant. I am learning quite a lot. Some of the things I've forgotten, you brought them back for me to remember. And I hope my audience is also, picking up stuff, very, very useful stuff she's sharing. Mr. Adusei, this conversation was really, really brilliant. If you don't mind, quickly share with us your social media platforms and your contacts number. Just so if there's anybody who is interested in, learning some really good etiquette in order to be refined and, poised, to get in contact with you.
Okay, so on Facebook, it's simply Manners on Point School of Etiquette.
Okay,
yes.
So Manners on Point School of Etiquette for Facebook.
For Facebook.
Okay.
It is same for LinkedIn as well. LinkedIn is also Manners on Point School of Etiquette.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then on Instagram, it's at Manners on Point, SOE.
Okay,
as one word.
Okay, so it's on Instagram is Manners on Point SOE.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And then your number as well. Let's have the number.
Okay. The number is 0500 777775. So the sevens are 5.
Okay.
And the last digit is also 5.
It's also 5. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We'll keep that, and then we'll share it. We'll share that for our audience to take note of. For all those interested in giving their children and themselves, some sort of education in the area of etiquette. Mr. Adusei, it was really, really, really lovely having you today. All too soon, we've come to the end of our show. I must say, I have, you brought back, some of the important things I learned, in my childhood. Some of the things that I've, carried with me all throughout my adult life. I am really excited about what you're doing, the information that you're sharing with both, children and adults. So yeah, I look forward to speaking with you again. I'm sure I'll come for a class. I should definitely come for a class one of these days.
You should. There's something for everyone.
Indeed.
Sometimes you may know, but I just need a bit of brush up.
I agree.
Now everybody is stressed out, so a bit of reminders here and there.
I agree. I totally agree. Well, guys, we have come to the end of this really, really exciting show. I hope you learned, some really important stuff. If there's any area under etiquette that you're interested in learning, like our brand is all about always learning. We are pushing the message of always learning, and this area of etiquette, I believe, is so important. So until the next episode, please be safe. Thank you.